has always been and always will be. For millennia, the forces of good and evil have been locked in eternal battle over the control of Earthrealm. Some seek to use the tournament to destroy all that is good. Others seek vengeance, power, or eternal life. Time after time, each individual threat has been vanquished, and Earthrealm has enjoyed relative peace for many years. But there is concern that Earth is once again in peril. And this time, the threat of evil has two faces. It is now known that the sorcerer Quan Chi has escaped from the Netherrealm. Since his escape, Quan Chi has unlocked the secret of the ancient runestone, discovered the ancient undefeatable army of the long-forgotten Dragon King, and most disturbing of all, formed an alliance with one of our deadliest enemies, Shang Tsung. With their combined strength, they plotted to overpower the only two beings who could prevent their total domination of the two realms. The first was the Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn. In a false show of allegiance, they sprung their attack. They then traveled to Earthrealm by way of a mystical portal known only to sorcerers and deities. There, they confronted Earth's mightiest warrior and champion of Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang. It has been Shang Tsung's desire to consume the soul of Earthrealm's greatest warrior. With Quan Chi's assistance, he achieved this goal. Liu Kang is dead. They have since returned to Outworld and are using the souls of conquered warriors to resurrect the Dragon King's undefeatable army. Should they succeed, they will have the means to conquer Outworld and eventually Earthrealm. They will be unstoppable. I can no longer stand idly by and watch this evil consume the world. I have relinquished my status as Elder God to return to Earth and lead you all to battle against our old adversaries. We must act now. We must stop this deadly alliance.
Oh my god, that was the coolest introduction to a game I'd ever seen in my entire damn life when I was like 10 years old. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, where today we're going to be playing and explaining a little bit of what I'm going to do for this so far. So, one thing is, you know, first things first, I gotta do this so we don't get a demo screen. I absolutely love the Mortal Kombat franchise, and I've never actually played a game on my channel of it, other than that really jokey, terrible MK3 video that I made a long time ago. So, oh man. This was the first MK game I actually really got into when it came out, back in 2002. I'm actually running this off of, you know, EPXE2, using my original disc from 2002, which, if you haven't noticed at the beginning, you had those player profiles. This is actually my original profile from back in, like, 2002, okay? This is how old this account is. I've actually transferred all the money over to this one that I did a long time ago, so I have actually transferred my save files to PC as well. So, oh my god. You can see how much money I lost as well to friends and stuff, but, no, actually, maybe I just traded it over. Anyways, so these are literally, like, the coolest thing ever to me. I love this. It's so special. So, this video here is going to be us making the profile for the, you know, playthrough and stuff. What I'm going to be doing, and I've actually put a lot of thought into doing this, is I'm going to go through, in this video, explain a couple of things about the game, how it works, how it plays, etc. I'm going to also include the introduction of Conquest Mode in this one, and I'm also going to do each character individually in Conquest Mode as their own separate video, and I'm also going to do a playthrough of Arcade with each character as well, even if I do not like them at all. So this is going to be the introduction video. Obviously the series is going to end once I've reached every single character's Arcade ending and Conquest ending, including the secret characters Mokap and Blaze. My god. It's going to be a lot of shit to do. You know, shoutouts to Gstar321 because he's the one that really kind of inspired me to want to do this video. I watch his MK videos all the time, and I absolutely love them. They're good background noise, by the way. And, oh man, let's get into it. So, we're just going to call it a new profile. Let's go ahead and call it... well, we'll just use my name, I guess, because why not? So, as I'm putting up the profile here, I'm going to just say a couple things, too. I'm not an expert at MK5. It's not my favorite in the series, but it's definitely... it's one of my favorites. Can I use this code? I think I should be allowed to. So, alright, let's go ahead and save it to the memory card. Like I said, I am running this on an emulator, so it is going to be a little bit iffy in terms of, like, you know, what it looks like and stuff when we're saving the game. There's a couple sound glitches here and there, but, you know, honest to God, a lot of those were actually in the original game, so... occasionally the slowdown happens too. That was also in the game as well. So let's go ahead and jump into a couple of things before we get started. So let's go log into... oh, that's the wrong one. Oops. Let's go over to... so, no, let's use my original one because I actually have more stuff on here. So, Deathman. Man, I was so edgy at like 10 years old. So, let's go ahead and show off some of the things this game has first. So... I'm actually going to go over my personal feelings as well. So, this is the character roster. I think I have every single character bio unlocked, as you can see, including the sub-characters and stuff, all the endings, all the concept art. Now, this is something I always complain about, you know, past MK9. You don't get cool shit like this. Like, you get to see all these little, like, commercials and stuff they used to do, and a little bit of, you know, history behind the game. You know, this was actually a, like, promo picture, which I think is pretty cool, too. Like, you could see, like, the things that the games had, like the grid. I've actually never played that in Arcade. And you get really dumb shit like Blood Energy Drink, and you get, like, these little, like, fun blurbs. You see, this is what I miss in Mortal Kombat right here. It's just shit like this, Quan Chi on the sax. You know, I used to love this as a kid. I would seriously just scroll through all this crap for hours. Just looking at all the dumb crap and just thinking, oh cool, what can I unlock? Like, you can see they have like little action figure promos. There's so much stuff in this game. I love how, this is for kids, by the way. You know, a very adult game for kids, totally. But you get all these little cool things like the Bug Blaster, and you get like behind the scenes stuff. Like, and this stuff is so lost and modern, and you even get the entirety of the Malibu Mortal Kombat comic book. Dude, by the way, I could not read this when I was a kid because I was reading this on a CRT television. Just, oh man, so I'm not going to show every single thing off in the game, but I've always thought this was one of my favorite items to unlock, was the Jumbo Squid. Enjoy Outworld's finest squid, now dolphin-free. No dolphins were harmed during the brutal squid quelling process and needed to bring you this fine... I love this. It's just... you see, and then you have, like... you know, just little story doodads here and there. Like, why does Kano have a lock of Sonya's hair on him is his thing? Because that, I guess, sure. But you see what I mean, like, and you also see all the cool stuff this game used to have, like... just the different titles they had in working progress. You know, before we had game wikis, and before we had anything else, we just used these sorts of things to look at the game, and like, you know, just shit like this you never get in a new Mortal Kombat game. Like, these just incredibly stupid blurbs and, like, promo images and stuff, but... like, right here is the actual Cabal helmet they use for the motion capture, like, the Damnation Charcoal, one of my all-time favorite things, just... it's very ham-fistedly, you know, for Mortal Kombat. Like, there's nothing in here that's like, oh, it sucks, despite all the issues the other games have in the series. But, you know, you even have this really badass making of, and when I was a kid, I thought games were made in, like, one day, so, you know, that's modern days, right? But goddamn, I'd watch this, the MK history video. This is a really cool video as well, and the music video by Edema, which, by the way, their singer is the half-brother of Jonathan Davis of Korn. I know this song word for word, because I've played this game so many times, so holy hell. So, you know, there's a lot of really cool stuff, and before everyone, you know, jumps to my shit and go, get into the game, I gotta show this off, because believe it or not, there's people that have never actually seen this. You know, this is what the crypt used to be like, and by the way, I actually own the Brady Games strategy guide to this game. Me and my dad bought it, and no shit, in the back of the book, you don't even get to, like, see what every single coffin unlocks. They give you a fucking grid and tell you to write them in. You know, I wish I was kidding about that, but I'm not. So, you can see I have unlocked every single coffin that's not, like, the bonus ones and stuff. So, this account I've already done a lot of shit on. This is, like I said, from when I was a kid. So, let's go in the options. I just want to change one more thing here. I'm gonna turn the music down just a bit, because I don't want it to be super, super loud. As you can see, there's the saving screen. It's a little bit iffy looking, but it's alright. So I'll also go into game options to show you guys the stuff. Just gonna be playing on medium, 2 rounds, 60 seconds, and I have the mini-game at every 3 rounds. So you actually have 2 mini-games in this game. Test your sight, test your might. Every 3 rounds, I think you can go up to like 7. Oh wow, you can go like turn it off all the way or whatever. So, by the way, there's also a glitch involving trading coins in like 2-player. That's how you unlock like infinite Onyx and Platinum. I can't remember how to do it off the top of my head right now, but you need 2 players to do it. So, those are the options. I have everything pretty much on normal. This game is absolutely batshit hard. God, back when you had to adjust the damned screen. So, before we get into the actual, like, Conquest portion, I will run down the characters and my thoughts on them initially. Similar to what G-Star did. So you have Shang Tsung. He was one of my favorite characters in this game. He looks like Rob Zombie, so of course I loved him as a kid. Bo Raicho, as much as people love to shit on him, he was actually pretty fun to play as. He had some pretty damn good combos. Not the worst. Quan Chi is absolutely fucking overpowered as hell in this game. I do not have enough negative shit to say about him. He looks like... I don't know. I don't like his design very much in this game. I don't like his hands, they're just too big. Sonya's actually really damn good. She's one of my favorite characters in this game. I actually really just love how she controls. Scorpion is pretty damn good. He's my dad's favorite character as well, by the way. He controls very fluidly. He's probably the most well-rounded character in the game, almost a little bit overpowered. Li Mei, she's alright. She's not the worst. I mean, she has some pretty flashy combos and stuff. If you play Deception, she plays kinda similar. Kenshi, like I said in Deception, he plays similar as well. You know, he's alright. I'm not really a huge fan of him, to be honest. If I had to pick a character over him, I would. I don't really know why everyone gets a hard-on for him either, but they do. Mavado, he's pretty shit. He has some pretty bad special moves. I don't like his design very much. I mean, he's supposed to be like Cabal, but I don't know. Maybe it's been a long time since I played as him, I just never liked him. Johnny Cage, he's pretty fucking cool in this game. He has some really ridiculous combos he can pull off, like his double karate fucking... Oh, he's awesome. I don't really like him as a character, but he's really fun to play. Sub-Zero, he's pretty rounded. He's like Scorpion, you know, they spent the most time, you know, adjusting to the classic characters that everybody likes. I don't mind this outfit for him, but I do agree, it's not really terrible. It's not great, though. Kano, he's okay. I don't think he's the worst. I don't think he's the best. He's really hairy. I'm not really a fan of that, but I love it. So, he's okay from memory. Kung Lao, if you've played Deception, he plays very, very similarly, almost identically to Shujinko. If I remember, he's okay. I never really got super into playing as Kung Lao in this game. Natara, absolutely my favorite character in the game. Not my favorite Mortal Kombat character, but my favorite in this game. I'm a goth, so obviously I'm a little bit, like, sold on the concept already. But she's a character I wish they put more, like, into the actual, like, series, but they never did. I don't care about the Mortal Kombat film. Like, it's just what it is. It doesn't matter to me. It's just that. So, anyways, so Natara's my favorite in this game. She's not the best to control, but Jesus, she has some ridiculous out-of-control combos. Like, an average combo without much, like, effort takes, like, 67% health away. She's really good, but she has really bad low game, and she has really... Oh, damn it. Don't kick me out of here. I was looking at my waifu for the game. Leave me alone. So, yeah. She's definitely my favorite character in terms of design, because I think what they fucked up in the film was they tried to do is they made her more like a normal person. I like in this interpretation she's almost more like an animal, and more... Like, she's scantily clad because she's more animalistic, and I just kind of like that, and her story is really cool, too. Draman, a lot of people give Draman a lot of shit, but I actually really, really like Draman. I love his alternate outfit as well. He's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, he's really got a lot of moves, he's really fun. He has no business being as good as he does. Su Hao, look, I don't think he's the worst character ever. He doesn't have very much shit going for him, and I think that's his downside. He's supposed to be like Kano with the cybernetics, and, he's supposed to work for Movado. He's just kind of shit, and I think his design's not very good. But he is a grapple-y character if you're into those. Katana, another one of my favorite characters. She's not the most powerful. I just really love this design. I think it's like a blend of MK3 and MK2 put together, which is really cool. I love her earrings, I love her style. Bigua is really powerful, it's a really fun fighting style. She's also one of the unique characters in that she can actually throw her weapon, which, by the way, don't do it. But she's actually pretty good. I've always been a fan of her in this game. Jax, he's kind of like Su Hao. He's a little bit of a grapple-y character, but he has some pretty good zoning. I don't think he's the worst character in the game, but I don't really play him very often. Jax is actually one of my favorite characters, by the way, and I think it's because of this game, too. Because I just love his bullshit attitude and everything. It's so 2000s, it feels great. But yeah, he's definitely more of a grappler character, which I'm not a huge fan of. I also don't mind this design. His alternate is something else, I'll say that. Frost, she was introduced in this game before she became the... whatever the fuck they were trying to do with her. She's obviously the female counterpart to Sub-Zero. She's actually really damn good. She's got a lot of fast, flashy combos. She's almost a similar character to Li Mei as well. She has ground attacks, like Sub-Zero does, though. So that's something she can do that he can't. Like, he can't do ice on the ground like she can. She's pretty cool. I really hated that they just sort of turned her into a fucking terrible character in MK11. Seriously, this is just not even gonna go there. Raiden is probably one of the most batshit difficult characters to learn. His combos are just fucking ridiculous. But he's a very fast character in terms of this era of MK. He's actually really good. I'm not a huge fan of playing as him. I actually like his alternate outfit as well. I used to really, really love Raiden as a kid. He's just badass. And I'd say he's actually a pretty damn good character in this game. He's pretty much top tier. I would legitimately go as far to say. Reptile, I know some people don't like this design. Reptile is actually my favorite character in the entire series. I've learned him in every game possible. I love him. He's kind of like Draman in this game. They both look kind of shitty, but I don't mind this look personally, because, yeah, he's an amphibious creature, so it's totally fine by my standards. I don't mind. He actually controls pretty good as well. He has some pretty fast combos. He doesn't have great special moves, though. But, he's not the best character, but he's my favorite personally. And Cyrax, he's a little bit of an iffy one. So he controls kind of like a mixture between Kenshi and, like, Jax. Like, he has a wrestling stance, like Sambo. And he's not bad. He has a pretty damn good weapon stance, so he's very similar to Scorpion. I think he has a very similar moveset to Shang Tsung, if I'm not mistaken, actually. I think he even has the same exact, like, stance as his, like, sword stance. So, and his alternate's pretty cool. You get to see, like, humanize Cyrax a bit. So, I can't say anything really bad about him. He's actually one of my favorite characters. He's really, really good at zoning. He has an absolutely really good, like move, the chest blade. Its hitbox is bullshit, by the way. It's been bullshit since I was a kid. It's bullshit now. So I'm gonna show you guys just who's a character. I like Drummond. Why not? He looks like Eddie from fucking Iron Maiden, so of course I kind of like Drummond as well. So I can't say bad. So before I jump into Conquest, this is the Mortal Kombat that I kind of grew up with. I grew up with MK2, but this is the one I actually owned, obviously, as I got older. So, you know, Mortal Kombat has been through quite a bit in terms of, like, design. And so, like, you can see right away, it's nowhere near as flashy as, you know, MKX or 9. It's very sluggish, you know, we can't jump in and just do fucking combos like you can. Like, you can't just go like that, you know? If this was MKX or MK9, I could just jump in, high punch, and just start doing combos. You can't do that in this game. There's no anti-air. Like, you can only jump up and down like this. You can't jump, like, straight up and do a air cancel. So there's a lot of shit in this game that's very different to other Mortal Kombat games. And like I said, I actually really like this design on Drum, and he looks really cool. So, before I get into more of the Conquest mode, like I said, this is just the introduction video. So, I'm explaining a lot of the mechanics of old, like, oh, what the hell? Oh my god. I know why that's happening. It's because his mask is actually a separate body group. When you switch to his Oni stance, he actually takes it off. Sometimes it can get glitchy as well. Also, I love how he has a little shrunken head on him. He's just one of the coolest characters, in my opinion. I thought he was meat when I was a kid, too. I think a lot of people did. So, anyways, you know, this is the Mortal Kombat that I grew up with. It's a little bit sluggish. It's not precise. I'm not going to say it's perfect. There's a lot of issues with the combat engine. So, obviously we can move around the environment. You can't do this in modern MK games. You can interact with these things. They don't do anything special. They just break. Deception has the much better engine. So, I will say this. Deadly Alliance does not have as good of a game engine as Deception does. I can drop combos very quickly, like you can see right here. Yeah, like, let's just clear the combo out here. 1, 2, 3. You can see what I mean? Like, it's very, very, very specific with your inputs in this game. It's not like Deception, which is a little bit more loose. So, but each character has 3 fighting styles. I have Fu Jiao Pai, I have the Kama. They all have different functions. I'd say, like I said, Natara is not really the best character in the game. I just love her because of her design. But, so you can also see a move list here too. You can also check this at any time. It does not show the fatalities, but just look at that shit. This is one of the things that a lot of, you know, newcomers to the series see this, they go, what the fuck is this? Wow. You know, and it's, each fighting style has so many moves in it. And they have branching styles, and I will say this, Natara does not have a great weapon stance. As you can see, that's all she can really do. And she only has 2, you know, specials. So, basically, this is not the most refined Mortal Kombat game, but after the travesty that is MK4, it's a good, solid welcome into the series. It brought the series back to life. So, there's also a couple of mechanics in this game that are a little broken. If I just tap back as quickly as I can, I'm back canceling. This is also, like, just very, very effective for getting away from enemies. This is not an intentional thing. This is just something you can do by just tapping back, and you'll actually move faster doing it. Also in Deception, you have... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. The wall. So, this is not in Deception or Armageddon. The wall is an absolutely insane vital tool. Most characters have some form of a pushing power attack like this, or like that won't do it, I don't think. But yeah, if your character doesn't knock them down and just pushes them into something, they'll just bang in the wall and take like a fucking quarter damage. It's absolutely broken. This game is very, very broken. So not all characters have the same moves, obviously, too. So, like, Natara, she has an escape move. A couple of characters have this. I know Shang Tsung has this. I know someone else has a couple moves like this, too. She also has a power-up, which... So, look at that. 34% damage right off the bat, right? So normally a 333 is just 14 damage. So this is why they took this out of the game, for a very good reason. You can't just spam it, there is a cooldown on it. So let's see if I can do it. It's really finicky, I'm not being bad. I just, you know, it's very finicky with how it works. But yeah, that combo can go into like anything. So if you go into your power-up, and you go 1, 2, 3... Damn it. You'll see me do it in a while anyways. So basically, I have actually played 6 times through Natara's arcade mode, so I do know what I'm doing. I'm just a bit burned out on her, obviously, right now. But yeah, it does similar things to like MK9. You can do like up to like 3 juggles in a combo before it stops you from doing it, as you can see. So like, weapon stance is also a new thing too. So weapons were introduced in MK4. In this game they function a bit differently. If you have your weapons out, they will actually deal damage more to you when you get hit with them out. Also, likewise, you'll do max damage to an opponent that has their weapon out as well. That's a pretty useful mechanic to try and get used to, but if you ever feel like you're going to get screwed up in your weapon stance, just switch away from it. So you can do like a power-up, like I said, and just switch to like a weapon and just go like that, and it just does... It's basically enhanced. That's kind of a way to look at it. This is not in Deception, by the way. You can't do this. Some characters have reversals, which I'm not really great at pulling off, but I haven't been playing as much of this game as I have. So, you know what I mean. It's a very different kind of game, and obviously the background, those are just JPEGs, but whatever. Back in the day, this was the coolest shit ever. Like, I was like, oh, that's so neat. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to characters. They all have throws. Natara's actually gives her health back. Shang Tsung has a health, like, steal item as well. Draman, I believe, has taunts. Scorpion has a taunt. A couple of characters have taunts that can actually regain health. You can't spam them, obviously. You have to, like, do it just right. But yeah, I just want to do that damn combo. Oh well, we'll do it in a while, so that's just the gist of how the game kind of works. I'll get into more of that as I keep going. So don't think I'm a scrub, by the way. This is just the introduction video. I'm not really getting into the guts of it just yet. So there is a lot of stuff to do in this game. It's not as much as Deception. But let's go ahead and go into Conquest Mode and get it started. This is also where you're going to spend most of your time in the game.
It is time, young warrior, for you to begin your worldly training. I have taught you much, but through your travels, you will attain a greater perspective. Remember my words, for they will guide you to your destiny.
So yeah, this is the, start of the game. Every time you make a new profile and you start Conquest Mode, this is where it starts out. So Conquest Mode is more of an RPG kind of open world thing in Deception. I love how the monk, if you wait too long, just goes, what the fuck, man? When I was a kid, that was the funniest thing ever. So you unlock Blaze by completing all of these. There's 10 missions for every character, and it also explains their story and how to play as each character as well. I don't know how long it takes. It's been a while since I've done it. But, it's pretty good just to introduce you to each character. Also, you have to unlock every character. So I have a save file that I've had forever, which has all the characters on it, so it's a lot easier. But you have to do, like, the crypt stuff to get them unlocked. You can't just not do it. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and get started. I'll read this off. The path of every warrior has a humble beginning, and the road to one's destiny is long traveled. Each of life's challenges brings you closer to enlightenment. Experience is the path to understanding. By completing these many journeys to come, you will have gained the strength, speed, agility, and wisdom to master a variety of fighting arts. So, there's already a lot of personality in this game that I just... it's so hard to match. It's one of my favorite games. It really is. Every step is a victory. How you maneuver in combat plays as much a part of your strategy as how you punch or kick. Tapping your directional buttons toward or away from your opponent will guide your movements, as you will see. Step toward the ninja 3 times, then step away from him 3 times. So, yeah, this is just a little training thing they do. I like this. It's just charming. Do not assume that offensiveness is always the correct path to victory. A hasty retreat can give you the space you need to plan for your next attack. I'm a little tired. By quickly tapping twice away from your opponent, you can perform a backwards dash. Put distance between you and Scorpion by performing 3 backward dashes. I like how there's a lot of typos in this as well, and just random writing. I love it. It's very charming. It's one of my favorite things about it. So this mode does give you a lot of currency. There's not just one currency, as you saw. There's actually quite a few different colored currencies as well. So, alright. Learn and forget. Make the technique a part of yourself before you move on. That is wonderful. I also love how this game just has so much just martial art vibe. It's so good. Becoming familiar with the fighting styles of each of the warrior you have chosen to emulate is very important. I'm using an emulator. Know a fighting style like you would know yourself. Let no attribute escape you. Strike your opponent once with each of these 4 basic attacks to understand the characteristics. So, like I said, you have high punch, low punch, and then high kick, low kick. Very basic. It's a staple. Often you can perform different attacks with the same button by holding one of the directional buttons at the same time. For example, pressing triangle while holding back will execute a different attack than pressing only triangle. Strike Scorpion with each of Sub-Zero's high punch attacks. Oh, that's right, they make you actually do it. So, this is why I'm going to say each character is going to get its own separate video, because, damn, there's a lot of reading involved. So, normally when I'm just playing this game, I'm not reading the text, I'm just pressing X as fast as I can. One wins battles by making no mistakes. Making no mistakes is what establishes the certainty of victory, for it means conquering an enemy that is already defeated. And just, goddamn, when I was 10 years old and I played this game, this was the coolest shit I've ever heard. It was so cool. Attacks that are executed by combining the directional buttons in an attack button will often strike your opponent in different locations. In Sub-Zero's Shotokan fighting style, the circle button will initiate the attack to his opponent's chest. However, by holding back circle, Sub-Zero will attack his opponent's knees. Strike Scorpion with each of Sub-Zero's high and low attacks. So, I will say there are certain characters that do have way better low game, which I'm a big fan of. A mixture of high and low attacks can overcome the defenses of even the most determined foe. Strike Scorpion with 2 high attacks and 2 low attacks. Well, shit. See, the problem is all the characters control different, and I'm so used to playing as Natara that I have to, like, just kind of go, oh, wait, we're not playing as that character anymore. One of the biggest problems with Deception, Armageddon, and Deadly Alliance is the amount of time it takes to learn a character. Let your rapidity be that of the wind, your compactness that of the forest. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. You can see why this game was so cool to me. I love everything about this. It's so... You must learn to let your fighting technique flow from you, like the Force. Every warrior has the potential to effortlessly link his or her moves into one long attack combination. For example, Sub-Zero can combine his Shotokan attacks 1 and 2 by pressing square and triangle in rapid succession. Test your attack combo skills. Execute the short form of Sub-Zero's Shotokan combo called Icy Pain. So, this game does not have cancels like it does in the other games. You can't cancel out into special moves. I haven't mentioned that. You are indeed a warrior of great skill. Oh yeah, I pressed square and triangle. You have mastered the technique of combining many attacks into one attack. This knowledge will serve you well on your coming journeys. Now try the full Icy Pain combo. So, yeah. There's, like I said, not really a lot of stuff you can do that you can do in modern MK games, which kind of is a bit of a bummer, and Deception, like I said, is just way better. But the fighting engine's okay. It's just alright. A pacifist cultivates good karma. Defense is just as important as offense in the art of Mortal Kombat. A true warrior must know when to avoid contact as well as when to strike. I was gonna say, they go on Reddit. Also, I love it that's just 2 JPEGs of Reptile from MK4 and 3. A defensive warrior can block an attack by holding R2 while his opponent strikes. You must now attempt to block 5 of Scorpion's strikes. So, like I said, there's no breaker in this game, this is one of the biggest downfalls of Deadly Alliance in general. There's absolutely no way you can just cancel out a combo. You get whiff punished and you die. That's kind of how this game flows. It's like MK4, but a little bit more refined. So, alright. Your opponent may attack from above or from below. You must learn to defend from either direction. Practice what you have learned and block against 3 of Scorpion's high attacks. I don't know why they make you do that, honestly. I really don't. Like, you just did that. Excellent, now block 3 low attacks. So you can block low. I very rarely ever do this in any MK game, and honest to God, it's one of my biggest mistakes. I try not to not do it. I get my ass handed to me in MKX because of it, too. Alright. I don't know if the coins you get are random. I actually don't know. I know you won't get Platinum or Onyx, though. For you to become a true master of Mortal Kombat, you must learn to attack with multiple fighting styles. Every warrior has 3 fighting styles, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. And yeah, that's something you do learn about the 3D era MK games, is certain characters are just good because their combos and stuff are better than others. Sub-Zero's 3 fighting styles are Shotokan, Dragon, and Korai Blade. It is important to understand the different advantages and disadvantages of each fighting style. By using L1, a warrior can instantly switch to another fighting style with a completely different set of attacks and special moves. I don't know why they say that. Depending on the situation, a warrior may choose to switch to a different fighting style to take advantage of its differing attacks. Cycle through all your attacks. The hardest thing in the game. But, you know, it was new, and it's not really used anymore. You must now demonstrate your knowledge of multi-style fighting by striking your foe with an attack from each of your fighting styles. First, you must attack Scorpion with any attack. Then you must switch to the next fighting style and strike with a different attack. Finally, you must switch to your third fighting style and strike one more time. So, just do whatever. Also, they removed the Impale feature in Deception. There's a lot of stuff in this game that gets taken out. So, it's a really unique mechanic, though. I quite enjoy it. That's something I like about Deadly Alliance, is it's really busted. It's got a lot of weird shit that only this game has. If you desire total victory in Mortal Kombat, you must learn to harness the tools at your disposal. Yeah, I love Tool. I'm actually wearing a Tool shirt right now. I had to think about that. I also love all these loading screens. Can I just say I love this game? The weapon is an extension of every warrior's soul. Though a weapon may deliver great amounts of damage to one's opponent, wielding a weapon also means taking more damage. Beware of your health while brandishing a weapon. Use your Korai Blade to beat the shit out of your opponent, basically. I like how they don't tell you anything about it, they just say, here, have fun. So, you can see Sub-Zero has a bit of a different, like, fighting style compared to Natara, who has the Kama. The Kama are great, but they don't have the reach and, like, the combo potential that, like, an actual weapon does, which kind of sucks, which, like I said, this is one of the... Oh, shit, I don't think it's going to allow me to do that. That is 100% a habit, and you totally saw that it works. You must use your core. Someone actually had to plan for that. That's what I love about it. Someone legitimately had to sit there at midway. Oh, by the way, that attack is unblockable. It sounds like it's not bad, but it is, trust me. Like, when you're actually fighting somebody, Scorpion is absolutely batshit in this game. Like, he's almost too good, which is admittedly not a bad thing, maybe, but it's unfair sometimes. It's understandable, though. He's their favorite character. Likewise, if your opponent is wielding a weapon, take advantage of his or her increased vulnerability and strike to achieve maximum combative effectiveness. Attack Scorpion while he's holding his weapon to exploit his weakened state. He will take the most damage with the weapon in his hand. So, yeah, you can see what I mean. The game does demonstrate that this is just how it works. You just have to, like, get used to it. And damn it, I wish Sub-Zero had some really good combos, but he doesn't with the style. It's still good. I mean, it's good for zoning. I like that every character has that. It's something that, you know, like I said, this is how MK played for the longest time, and I'm so used to it. Alright. A tree sways in the breeze. By mastering the 3D walk, a dexterous warrior can outmaneuver an attacking foe, avoid external barriers, or force an opponent into an obstacle. You know, I really don't think that ever happens in the game. I don't think that ever really becomes a problem. It was an MK4, by the way. A useful 3D walk technique is the Evasion. If timed right, an attacking opponent can be dodged, leaving him or her open for a counterattack. This method of evasion will require much practice, but once you have mastered it, you'll become a most formidable combatant. Quickly sidestep Shang Tsung's attacks as it approaches. So you can also just kind of cheese this. Like, but it doesn't like that, so you have to actually try. This is pretty much the most useful thing in the game. You just do it by holding up, but pretty much, you know, come the fuck on. So, pretty much, the AI is batshit aggressive. It's pretty insane, so sometimes just stepping sideways is the most practical solution. You have mastered the fundamentals of Mortal Kombat. Use this knowledge well as you begin your spiritual journey and experience conflict through the eyes of skilled warriors. I love how Shang Tsung just kind of mouth breathes. It's just, I love that. So, yeah, that's pretty much the basics of this game. If there's anything else I haven't shown off, let's see if there is. Because I want to make sure I get all the goodies out of the way. Because, honestly, it's one of those things that I really think is just so crucial. So, also, no, I should actually do that, because I should. I completely blanked to do this, so a lot of players absolutely detest these characters, and I haven't shown them off yet. So, by holding down start and down, and... oh, not Cyrax, god damn it. So, I was gonna select Mokap, but the secret characters in this game are Blaze and Mokap. I completely botched picking him. But yeah, they're basically just 3-style, like, characters. They're actually pretty strong. I haven't played as them in years, so I know lots of players hate these characters. Me, personally, I can take or leave them. I don't think Mokap's the worst thing ever. And let's... it's so hard to do that, I don't know why. But, yeah, I don't think they're the worst characters ever. Mokap is just bullshit, we all know it. So, he has Karate, Tai Chi, and Taekwondo. He's not as good as, like, other characters, but that Taekwondo combo is fucking brutal. It's what makes Sonya really good. So, I do really enjoy this game a lot, as you can tell. And yeah, it's supposed to be Daniel Pacina, I'm pretty sure, that they motion captured for this. You can actually watch the video, they show him in the suit too. So, you know what I mean. So, the next video I'm going to do is going to be some Conquest and an arcade playthrough with Natara, because I want to do her first. She's my favorite character in this game. I'm going to pet Cyrax's head. Can I do that? Yeah, I'm gonna keep petting your head. Let me do it. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to keep petting him. Also, there's no stage fatalities. That was added in Deception. So, anyways, I know everyone hates this guy. Ow, my balls. We all know. But that's going to cover it for the introduction of this game, and I'll see you in the next one.